Going where no podcast has gone before. Welcome back, everybody, to another double shot of awesome. Where was your opera singing?
I missed it, man. I missed the opportunity, and I just thought it wouldn't work.
Okay,
this is how we know Warren isn't a Trekkie.
I got stage fright.
It's all right. Everybody's allowed. You're supposed to use that energy that's bottled up inside of you and just like let it out, let it break free.
Rawr!
Like Reptar.
The Tyranitar.
So
Chris is back.
I'm totally back. I do not have a rapid recap because honestly it would just be a strung out, long, depressing rant about everything that was depressing last week. So we're not going to do that. And
instead it's Super Happy Funtimes with Chris.
Yay! And my first topic, sad news. One of the greats.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not sure if you know yet, but Leonard Nimoy has unfortunately passed away at the age of 83 in his home this week. So, shout out to that family, man. That's some serious stuff, and it was ongoing. And for me personally, like I will always remember Leonard Nimoy in his role as Spock. I can't tell you the number of Sunday afternoons I sat down on the couch with my old man and like watched Star Trek with him. Whether it was some old reruns, whether it was a Wrath of Khan, man, I can remember watching that as a kid and my mind was like blown.
Yeah.
And my dad was totally into it, and it was like a really good bonding experience. And you know when you've ever been shown the live long and prosper sign for the first time, it's like, whoa, how did they separate their fingers? And then, you worked at it for a little while.
Everyone at school's trying to try it out. Oh,
but then you remembered that the Ninja Turtles only had 2 fingers and thumbs, and now you're Ninja Turtles. That was always my natural transition.
I always transitioned it to the 3 claws of a velociraptor when I was pretending that I was a dinosaur. So, I mean, the live long and prosper sign was still something super cool that I'm pretty sure we've all tried to do at one point or can almost remember doing that, right?
Of course.
So,
yeah, I still do it.
He was just so damn awesome. I remember they came out with an alternate music video for the Lazy song, and it was Leonard Nimoy walking around in his pajamas, basically flipping people off.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Fun fact also, not sure if you knew, but there is also a town located somewhere in Canada that is called Vulcan. The city's name is Vulcan.
Really?
Yeah.
Vulcan, Canada.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the province, so I'm leaving.
That's why I went with Vulcan, Canada.
Yeah, so there's a city, and they've really started to build up and play off of the fact that they're from and related to the Star Trek world, right? And,
okay. And
he actually, Leonard Nimoy, took some time out of his super busy schedule and like went there and like went quote unquote home to Vulcan and made sure that he was an honorary member of Vulcan, the city, the place on Earth.
That's cool.
Anyway.
It's in Alberta.
Oh, there you go.
They have a Trek station.
Yeah, they have some really. It's like all touristy and stuff. I think next time I drive across the country, I'll just stop in Vulcan and say live long and prosper to a couple people, and
they'll probably tell you to fuck off.
Yeah. I mean,
and I'll say that is very illogical.
Oh gosh.
So that was the first thing that I wanted to bring up there, Warren. You got something more interesting?
I want to talk about the stupid dress that everyone's talking about.
I also wanted to talk about that.
I don't.
So this past week, it's been all over everybody everywhere. And about this dumb dress, picture of a dress. Is it white or gold, or is it black and blue, or whatever? And so when I first saw it, personally, I was like, oh, this is white and gold. Duh. It's white and gold. And then I saw it in a different, on my cell phone later on through a YouTube video, and I was like, whoa. That's black and blue. This is the same picture, though. What? Whoa. And so I kind of blew my mind there. And for me personally, I see black and blue mostly now whenever I look at it. I haven't seen white and gold since. But that is also because I know that the truth behind the story, I think. But anyway, What do you guys have? What do you mean?
I probably had 3 different people ask me what color is this dress on. I think it was like Thursday when it was it Thursday when it came out. Thursday or Friday?
I don't know.
No,
this week.
it was Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. By the time it got around to where I was working, I had 3 different people ask me, and I was like, "This is white and gold. The color of that picture is white and it's gold." Like, I work with colors all of the time. I know how to distinctively tell you that the picture that you are showing me is white and gold. Now the question, what color is this dress? You know, kind of promiscuous, so it almost sets you up to fail, right? And I was trying to figure out like what could it be? Is it fucking like light blue or something? Like, it shouldn't matter. But Alex, did you
This
know?
is the type of shit people talk about when football's not on.
Pretty much, yeah. Super Bowl's over, and it's like we're in that middle season between where playoffs are about to start for hockey too.
Yeah.
So there's really not a ton going on, but yeah, I thought it was white and gold.
I also thought it was white and gold.
Okay, so we're all pretty sane people as far as I can.
Yeah. So basically, the dress actually is black and blue. In reality, the dress is black and blue.
Yes, I heard that on a news report from CBC.
Which is really interesting. And then the reason why you see white and gold is because your brain doesn't know, it has to deal with lighting. So because the picture's not very good and you can't see any real background, your brain doesn't know if there's certain amount of background light. So depending on how much your brain thinks there is, it will see black and blue or it will see white and gold. And so that's similar things as to, they do examples with, if they draw out a cube of a bunch of that have a bunch of different cubes of different colors within it, and then they give a shadow to one side, 2 palettes, even though they're the same color, will appear different. And so if you take away all of the extra stuff, including the shadow, then it's see, right now I see white and gold, and you just pulled it up.
Yeah, I totally just pulled up this picture on my phone, and there is no fucking way that I will say that this looks like it's.
But anyway, that's any case, that's the way it works, and sort of science explanation or whatnot. I'm sure you can find a YouTube video that will do it a lot better than I will. But yeah, science, dresses, cool colors.
Let's talk about
stuff.
cool science and biased science.
All right.
A study came out of Finland this week. You want to know what that study was on?
Yes.
Saunas.
It was on saunas.
Saunas?
Yes.
Sure.
Because, that's how the Finnish pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so sorry, you guys say your sauna, I'll say my sauna.
All right. Anyway.
Do you want to tell the story?
I don't know the story. I'm sorry.
He just wanted to correct us on saunas.
I just wanted to make sure, well, like when you're married to a Finnish person, it's very specific.
It's the same argument with poutine and poutine.
Putain. It's putain.
Yeah, okay.
Putin.
Anyway, they came out with a study about how effective saunas are on your heart condition. And they say that if you take in 30 minutes of sauna per week, it reduces your risk of cardiac disease by half.
What?
By half.
No.
It's out of Finland.
But they eat a lot of fish there, don't they?
I couldn't tell you. I've never been. And then they said if you take it up, like if you take in saunas once per day, it's like quadruple.
Really?
Why?
That's what I'm saying. Really biased numbers.
Come on. Come on. February is Heart Month. So it's an appropriate time for this story to come out. I mean, I don't know. That's reducing your risk a lot.
Right.
I think if anything, I think it would have to deal with reducing your stress, because stress has
That was the
a
argument.
strong factor to do with heart disease.
These people have so much free time that they lead very obvious stress-free lives.
It also depends on how they sample, right? So if they're only sampling
They were only sampling men over 30 years old
in Finland,
in Finland.
well, and comparing them within the same group. So
Yeah, to men who didn't take saunas.
so of Finn men. Okay, so that's all right. That's a small geographic area of people, but I mean, it's a small study. It's a small study. Yeah, interesting results. Yeah, I think they're a little bit biased. I'd be actually kind of curious to read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could go for a sauna for a 30
Sorry, a what?
A sauna every 30
Oh.
I'm just trying to fit in, okay, guys?
But yeah, no, interesting. I
Only more reason to have the sauna in my dream home, right, Chris?
Absolutely. I was just looking at a house with a sauna in it.
An indoor sauna?
Yeah, indoor, inside. I was blown away, and then I looked at the price tag, and I was like, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, I've seen them before. It kind of sketches me out to have something like that. I don't know if I'd be... I don't know, I just feel like it's a fire risk, you know?
So it's a fireplace.
So it's a fireplace.
Or
right?
a furnace.
Yeah, but...
Or a hot water heater.
Yeah, but you need those. You don't need a sauna. It's
you don't need a shower if you have
it's
a
like
sauna.
the infrared lighting that you have outside of your shower sometimes. So you can turn them on after you're done your shower, and it kind of helps dry you off and warm you up kind of thing. I've heard numerous stories of those things actually starting fires in people's houses, which is scary. So then I'm like, I'm never going to... As a kid, I was like, oh, these are cool. You know, I feel so warm drying myself off. And then I hear stories about houses burning, and I'm, nah, not for me.
I think if you are just level-headed and, don't go into the sauna with a bottle of whatever and, get hammered and forget to leave things on and, don't take care of your shit.
Yeah.
Probably I would see, potential fire hazards emerging.
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
I know
as
one
a
person...
responsible individual.
Yeah. I know one person right now that's about our age that has a sauna in their house, and it's completely fine. They use it weekly right now, a little bit more because it is a little bit colder for sure. And I think it would be super nice just to take a steam, sit there, relax, let yourself just fully succumb to the heat and let the tension out of your muscles.
Interesting.
Now I really want a sauna.
Yeah, you're talking yourself into it, eh?
Oh yeah.
So, going back to the study and about heart disease, did they just overarching general term,
Honestly, I didn't read it, I just heard about it.
Oh, okay.
I also assumed that the paper's in Finn, so I wouldn't be able to read it if I wanted to.
I guess, yeah. But that's interesting because, I mean, heart disease is such an overarching term for so many different conditions. I actually wrote an article for the paper that was published this week about heart health this month. Which was,
really?
Yeah. I'm a published author in the paper.
Did you take a fancy photo?
High five! You
Yeah.
can start a club now.
Woo!
I got in it when I was like 14.
Whoa, big shot over here, eh? I joined the party.
Sorry. It was 12. It was 12.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I was 9, I was published for hitting 2 inside the park home runs. Eat a dick.
Oh,
that's
pretty.
That's
cool.
an accomplishment right there.
I'm a published scientific author.
I was 9 and hit balls.
No, I mean I'm published in a scientific journal as well.
I did the sports skid.
I was published in the local paper.
Wow, guys, we're like a group
Look how
of
popular we are.
really high achieving people here. Yeah, but anyway,
so
that is pretty awesome. Congratulations.
Cool stuff about heart disease. It's an interesting study. I might have to look into that.
That's some exciting news there, Warren.
I hate talking about them. But ISIS, man, screw those guys. Screw those guys. Right? Come on.
Oh,
come on. Did you hear about what they did this week?
There were a number of things that they've done over the week. Which specific facet are we talking about?
Okay, I mean, aside from the really, morbid stuff that they do.
You mean parading people through their towns in cages and then decapitating them publicly?
Yeah. Really just unlikable, evil stuff like that. They've gone and done something so unnecessary where they went into it was a museum, I believe.
Oh, I heard about that too.
Oh. And they destroyed a bunch of like 3,000-year-old sculptures. Just for the heck of things. They just took the statues down and just broke them into pieces. And they videotaped this. I mean, why? I mean, are you just trying to piss everybody off?
Pretty much.
I mean, obviously you're doing a really good job at that already, but this is so unnecessary and unprovoked. I don't...
It's like they've been picking away at a wound for the last little while, probably, last couple months, and then all of a sudden they've thrown salt on it. I heard more information about these artifacts being destroyed this week than I heard about other specific activities in my national news coverage, right?
Yeah.
Aside from the stances and the changes that are trying to happen with local laws, and I don't want to talk about that because that's decrepit and boring and uninteresting for a lot of people, and you can have a fucking Google machine tell you all about it if you really want. But I completely agree, and I'm shocked that they would go to You know,
like why?
You can't replace
why?
that shit.
I don't. Why? I mean, I feel like every individual should have a understanding and respect for art and old sculptures. You know, culture. It's just really, really sad. Really sad.
Well, they've pissed off all the extremists, right? So they might as well start picking on the conservatives as well.
Yeah, it makes you wonder too. I mean, if let's say, for example, in 1,000 years, nobody has ever heard of these sculptures or anything like that. It kind of made my mind start to wonder: do you think there's ever a population out there in history, or a race of people, or something like that, a country that has existed, and then there's just been no evidence of them ever because a bigger threat or group came in and was just like, no, I really don't like you people, so I'm going to destroy everything about you. I'm going to destroy you and homes, everything.
Like Spartans?
Or like Atlantis?
Well, yeah.
Or like European contact on North America, bringing disease and wiping out and desolating, you know.
That's different.
It's a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. So, like, let's say, for example, that
Atlantis?
I was not Hannibal. That's Genghis Khan. Let's go Genghis Khan, right?
All right.
He was very, very powerful, and he took over a lot of land. Let's say he got into this one particular scrap where Buddy from, I don't know, Epsilon 6 came in and, and shagged his sister or something, and Genghis Khan was like, no. So I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your family. I'm going to kill everybody who's related to you. I'm going to kill your entire country. And I'm going to wipe out all of your culture, all of your art, any kind of your language, anything like that.
Who knew Genghis Khan was such a family man?
Well, he did have hundreds of thousands of children. Well, that's an over-exaggeration. He did have thousands of children.
Yeah.
Reportedly, right?
Yeah.
So
you see what I mean? Like, do you guys think that there's ever been any kind of country that we have no record of, no evidence of there having existed?
Absolutely.
More than likely.
Yeah?
Yeah, I say absolutely because it's more than likely.
But, I mean, don't you think it would be really difficult to destroy every evidence for any kind of different culture?
Well, that's why we have conspiracy theorists.
I suppose, yeah.
Where did Atlantis go, man? Where did it go?
What do you mean? Did Atlantis ever exist?
How do you know that, Genghis Khan didn't, have Atlantis's person shag his sister, and then Genghis Khan was like, no, that's enough of that.
That's true.
Go all your people.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, a city underwater is kind of...
No, the city was sank underwater into the depths of the unknown.
So it's like... What is that town called in The Hobbit again?
I'm unaware.
Watertown? Rivertown?
Okay.
All I keep thinking of is that
I feel
old
bad.
Underwater. No, Waterworld with like Kevin Costner's.
I think of
gills behind his ears.
I think of Star Trek. Not Star Trek. Star Wars. Sorry, Star Wars, where Jar Jar's from. The Gorgon City? Gorgons, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I go to Futurama and think about the lost city of Atlanta, Georgia.
That Coca-Cola plant?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's totally entirely possible. You guys think so? I don't think that there is, personally. I just because I think it'd be very, very difficult to wipe out an entire culture of people and leave no trace of it.
So you're saying no trace of anything ever? Absolute?
Well, because... Yeah. You just leave no trace of them. You just wipe them out of history.
Hey, Warren.
Hey.
Ever hear about something called the Dark Ages?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my point there is that I think something could have happened there. Like if we're looking for a specific period of time where things could have been wiped out, I would say it would happen in the Dark Ages, and there is proof to support that. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think I can see the possibility, right? Obviously, I started thinking about it. But I'm personally leaning on this side that I don't think that happened. I think... I mean, you got to be particularly evil to wipe out a whole culture.
It's true. We've never had someone like that, ever. We're all such good people.
Yeah.
We can't really... It's probably...
I like to believe in the best intentions of people. Everyone had a good reason for it.
Yeah, there's a good reason that Genghis Khan, got rid of Atlantis. It's because, you can't let certain people shag your sister, and that's just the way that it goes.
And the problem was that she did it out of wedlock. That was the concern.
Oh.
she was a sinner.
Right. Genghis Khan was very proper. So, I don't know if you guys watched it. Well, Alex, I know you watched it. But the sweet Power Rangers well, not really a reboot, but...
It was a fan film.
Yeah.
I didn't watch this. What
you
is
didn't?
this?
Oh,
No.
man. Alex, you take
Power
this one.
/ Rangers. It's got, is it Kevin Vanderbeek? He's in it.
I don't know the actors.
Oh, I don't. He's like the only notable actor, but it's pretty awesome. It's like a rated R version of Power Rangers, where they are like 30 years after the fact, and the Machine Empire has like taken over, and all the Power Rangers have like gone through and basically died from their contributions to this war, and it's really dark and awesome. But he's getting a lot of flack from Saban.
Who's Saban?
The copyright owner of Power Rangers, and is getting threats to take it down for using their trademark.
Oh fuck! So I should watch it sooner rather than later.
It's 14 minutes long, and it's just awesome.
I wonder if we can find a lick.
I don't think it's been taken down yet, but there was some interesting feedback. Like, obviously, a lot of the fans are like, "Oh yeah, this is for us. This is for all the adult Power Ranger fans. Like, this is what we wanted." And then Jason David Frank, the guy who played the Green Ranger, was not for it at all. He came out and basically like, "Look, guys, this is just my opinion, but I mean, Power Rangers has always been about the kids. I was approached months ago. I was asked to be in it. I turned it down because I didn't agree. Because it shows power, like former Rangers, like doing cocaine.
Oh,
and
really?
there's drugs, alcohol, sex. It's very adult, right?
I didn't watch the same one that you watched then.
No, there is. Absolutely.
Oh, so I watched the cleaner version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So if we can, we'll try to find two versions: the super dirty version for all you plus 18ers, and then the
Well, it's not like completely outrageous, but yeah, there are allusions to drugs, alcohol, all the fun stuff. Getting a little close in on the Pink Ranger during the interview. You don't remember that part?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not blatant, but it's there.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But yeah, so Jason David Frank was not for it at all because of the adult tones, and that because kids would not be ideal to watch it, right? Because Power Rangers in the end.
Yep.
But yeah, it was awesome. It was definitely a unique take. The quality was amazing.
I was very impressed with it. Very, very impressed. They did a very good job on
And
it.
that's what was blowing my mind. Like the story was good and unique, but the quality of the editing and the CGI was just bananas.
That's normally what I look for when I'm looking for some sort of fan-made something. Like if it has good quality, I'm going to be that much more likely to stick and stay with it and try to support that person more in a different way that I can't. Like whether it's just watching the fucking ad that rolls before or after or something stupid like that, right?
Yeah.
But they will retain my attention if it has a higher quality, a higher finished product, where
Agreed.
there's that care taken into whatever project you're working on because you want it to be, as best as you can do it. And there's totally technologies out there that can, allow you to do that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, you got guys like Freddie Wong or the people at Bat and the Sun who do the superpower beatdown. Like,
Yeah.
that's what gets me right involved. It's like, look at what they were able to do. Hey, let's watch real life Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. During the Power Rangers, I got really excited when I saw the Megazord.
yeah.
And I was, it's like Pacific Rim, yeah! And then it was really cool. It was cool. It was really well
Yes.
done.
So, spoiler alert, there's a Megazord.
It's just kind of in the background.
I wouldn't call it a spoiler
Yeah.
by any means.
Right, because Power Rangers are normally associated with the Megazord.
Well, also it's not a focus.
Or the train.
It's not
Yeah.
a focus.
It's
of the
just a
story.
background shot. It's more of a like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was just like, whoa. It reminded me of the Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
fan series.
Oh.
Have you ever watched that?
Yeah, I actually crushed it with Alex.
Yeah. I was
sat
telling
down.
him about it one day. He's like, "What are you talking about? This sounds amazing!" And then we burned through it in a day.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
The Machinima series, I think they were the first people to pick it up.
Yeah,
That was really well done. I thought the other seasons weren't.
there was
as-
only one other season that came out 3 years later.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to pick up the third season though.
Oh, really?
They are trying to get ground for it.
Yeah, because the way the episodes were, they were left on cliffhangers. I found, and there wasn't really as much action as there was in the first series.
The first season, the first few episodes were really well done because they were trying to get it picked up as a TV show.
Yeah.
Right? So you had 7 of 9 from Star Trek in that first episode.
Sonya Blade.
Yeah, and then the quality kind of dipped a little bit, so they use a lot more animation and stuff to tell a story.
I
But-
thought
I loved the animation.
It was
personally.
all
Yeah.
single serving, and they were all intro episodes to characters, right? And then the second season was the actual start of the tournament, and it was 10 years after the first tournament or whatever.
it was focused on Liu Kang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but that and kind of right at the beginning and at the end, and it ended on a sequel teaser, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, I really enjoyed how they stuck quite closely to the Mortal Kombat timeline.
yeah.
I really enjoy fan films doing that and
Mhm.
being true to the story, not deviating, because we see that a lot in movies, I think.
There are a lot of really good fan films. Sometimes not always with really good quality, but sometimes their story is really good. Like I remember a year ago, I saw a Casey Jones fan film from Ninja Turtles, and that was really well done. There have been a number of Batman fan films that have been done that are pretty decent.
Yeah. I like all of that. The
Mhm.
Batman specifically. 'Cause I'm
No.
a big Batman fan. But
Would you guys ever dress up to go see something like that? Or if you went to a big expo, would you ever cosplay? If so, what would you cosplay as?
So difficult because it depends on the function that I'm going to.
Well, let's just say whatever function.
No, you can't do that because
Okay, let's say-
because if like there are anime cosplay things, there are Star Wars, there are fucking comic books, there are like
Okay, let's say it's
science fiction, like
Okay, let's say it's a anime Star Wars comic book science fiction
Oh,
expo.
fuck. So it's like Fan Expo then. So you're going to fucking Fan Expo in Toronto,
Yes.
and
yes.
you want to know what I'm going to dress up as.
No, you're going to Fan Expo in the world. It's bigger than that.
But
Okay. Yeah.
sure, all right, Warren, all right. To be super cool, I'd probably dress up as a Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. It just goes to show where you kind of really
yourself.
it's interesting. Alex?
Honestly, I don't think I would dress up.
No, too self-conscious or
I just don't like. It's never something I've ever really thought about, and it's just generally not my character.
Yeah.
Although I do
yeah.
get really fired up for Halloween, but I like going out with my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I like doing something more as a group than as an individual.
Like a group cosplay then.
Exactly.
All right, go.
I still have no idea. Like I still got nothing. I don't know.
I could see you dressing up in a group of Power Rangers or the Ninja Turtles.
I don't know.
I think the Ninja Turtles would be more fun
I think it'd be hilarious.
because I feel like Power Rangers would be done more. Well, I don't know. Hard to
I don't
say.
know.
Hard to say because there's so many different.
It's true.
I say that we get 7 friends together, and we all 6 of us dress up like Pokemon, and then the one guy dresses up like a trainer.
That's brilliant.
That is amazing.
Patent
That's a
pending.
really good idea.
So you guys can take that for next Halloween, because I probably
Wow.
yeah.
I'm impressed.
That is awesome.
Thanks.
That's a great idea.
I thought it'd be super fun. Personally,
Yeah.
Like, I could see Alex going as like Mega Swampert, just gonna wreck everything. Electivire. I don't know. Nidoking. Some of your favorites.
Yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Yeah. I could see Warren going as a Stunfisk.
I could see Warren going as a Stunfisk.
Or a Dunsparce.
Dunsparce, yeah.
Just lying there on the ground. Protect! Protect!
Wish!
Did you know that Dunsparce could use their tail to dig holes in the ground?
Did you know that Dunsparce is a stupid Pokemon?
That's why I nicknamed my one Dunsparce Dumbsparce.
It's also fucking huge, too.
Yeah,
It's like 4 feet long or something obnoxious.
and 6 feet tall or something. Yeah.
Wait until that thing gets a Mega. Like,
Yeah.
I think I don't know what I would cosplay as. I think I would like to do Kirito. I think that would be fun. I keep going back to that. I realize I must really enjoy that series.
it was an amazing. Have you watched season 2?
No, I'm not allowing myself to.
Why not? It's over.
Because I don't know. I don't
should
know if I
watch
want to
it.
get into it again. To be honest, I like where it ended, and I'm kind of happy with it.
I was showing my cousin that series, and I showed him the first couple episodes. I was like, no, I'm going to have to burn through the rest of it. I can't just watch a few.
You hooked yourself.
Yeah.
Number 9, episode 9, Blue-Eyed Beast
Oh,
or
yeah,
Blue-Eyed
yeah,
Demon,
yeah.
like by far one of the most powerful anime episodes that I've watched in a long time.
Yeah.
And some of the episodes in the second season remind me of that. They bring that type of energy, that type of emotion to it. Yeah. It's not as
powerful,
detrimental, because there isn't the fear of loss of life, right? There isn't the fear of death, but at the same time, for pushing the boundaries and that kind of thing, I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I was going to say Sword Art Online for somebody from Sword Art Online. No, I don't know. Maybe not Kirito. I'm not.
No? Yeah, but you can find yourself a nice Asuna.
Yeah. I'll dress up as Asuna. I'll get that white dress and like white stocking boots. And...
I think you'd look really good, Chris.
Oh, thanks, Warren. We could go together.
Only if you two hold hands.
We're kidding, by the way. This is not being serious.
Yeah, Chris is married.
Yeah.
So I recently had a Herculean week where I was working nights, and then I had a shift dumped on me 10 hours later after my night shift while I had school in between. I ended up being up for about 40 hours straight before I made it back home to bed.
Oh, fuck.
And it got me thinking about, what's the longest you've gone without sleep?
Not that long.
Not 40 hours.
Really?
Not in a row, no. I mean, I've gone stretches where I get little sleep, but not a 40-hour stint, you know? Like, more than 24 for sure, but I don't know if it'd be more than 30.
Really?
I don't think I would have capped 30.
I don't know. I was going to say about maximum 36, because I can remember doing an all-nighter and then staying up for, most of the afternoon and then just hitting it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought I was going to get a really good story out of one of you two. I've done 68 hours.
What?
Yeah. In high school, I was the classic procrastinator, and I had 2 projects due back-to-back that I hadn't started on either. So I had to pull 2 all-nighters on one, hand it in, go back home, work on my other one, pull an all-nighter to finish it, and then hand that in the next day. And when it was all said and done, I had been up for 68 straight hours.
Holy fuck.
You're really inefficient at working.
Well, in high school I was.
Okay, yes, in high school you were. Oh, man. I could, I mean, not that I... No. Whenever I especially when I was in university, I was very notorious for staying up really late, and just because if I'm ever going to sit down and do a project, usually I just sit down and I get it done. I'm not the type of person that will do the project. Oh, it's late. It's late. I get a couple hours of sleep and wake up early and can finish it. No, I get it done and then I go to bed. So then I know that because I have more time that way to finish it. But I could count on. I wouldn't be able to count on my hands how many times in one year I would have done late nights. I wouldn't call them all-nighters, because I'd be going to bed around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, getting an hour or 2 of sleep and then going to class. But not like you there. No, that is too much for me.
Normally, for projects and that kind of thing, while going through my own schooling, and my schooling was different, though. It was very project-based, because I studied visual arts. So, like, oftentimes inspiration won't hit you until, 11 o'clock at night to start something, right? But anyway, most of the time for my projects, I'll try to work through as much as I can so I don't have to procrastinate. But there were always those times when I would just put off writing whatever paper. I'd probably start and finish one night, like finish around 2 a.m. would be like the latest. I'd go to sleep, and then I would wake up probably around 6 or 7 o'clock to wake up, finish, proofread, and then hand it in. That's normally what I was. One of those people who would get to 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, and then continue working on it. And the reason I did that was because when I was in art school studying, we looked at a lot of like people from history, right? And we were often told and taught that Leonardo da Vinci, who was notorious for this, he would work consistently until he was tired. He would have a 4-hour nap, and then work again for long periods of time, and he was able to maximize his time efficiency by only sleeping for shorter periods rather than 8 to 10 hours a night.
That's
right?
interesting.
So I had this conception in my brain that if I worked until 2, slept for 4 hours, got up, I'd be able to function and be able to complete my projects based on that lesson from the past.
Right. And did you find that you were able to?
Man, I handed everything in, and I didn't fail any class ever. So I think that's pretty good. Whether I went into the class or went into the final with a high mark, and it didn't matter if I passed or failed. But anyway, I think right now it's time for this PSA. Life is cyclical, so are our shameless self promotions or segues. So to make sure everybody that you check out our Twitter at 2shotofawesome or our website doubleshotofawesome.com.
Clean and concise.
Good job, Chris.
That wasn't too bad. You know what isn't too bad? Else isn't too bad now that we've talked about anime and a bunch of cool, fun stuff.
I'm just gonna hazard a guess.
What?
Parasite Contest.
Parasite Contest! I'm so excited. So I talked about this anime before. It's an animated film. It's based off some manga from like the 90s, and it's been adapted into an anime that is more modern, right? So there's more modern technology and like a modern spin on things. Basically, if you can't remember, spores come in. If they touched a human, the spore would turn into like a fucking worm and try to like squirrel up your arm or your leg or wherever it was and go into your cerebellum and eat your brain and then take over your body. Okay, so that's what a parasite is. Now the story is about a kid who has the parasite stuck in his hand. It didn't get to his brain for, I won't go into it, but so it's stuck in his hand.
So it's like Harry Potter.
What?
No. He's not like Harry Potter. He's, instead of the parasite taking over his whole
home,
being,
you muggle.
The parasite and the person, the character, share and have conversations because the parasite literally has replaced his hand.
Oh.
Now, it can transform to look like a regular hand, so he's not, showboating out in public with the fucking, daggers hanging from his fingernails and things, right? Anyway, there's this contest. It's a fan contest, and because I subscribe to a service and they tweeted out about this contest, I actually want to start it tonight. The contest is, if you were to be a character in this manga and you had a parasite attack you, where would your parasite be? And to illustrate that, so like I've just said, it's in his, I think it's in his left hand or his right hand. Yeah. So in the character, the parasite is stuck in his right hand. And I was just wondering, if you had a parasite stuck somewhere, where would you guys want it to be? Because I already have my idea that I want to take, but I'll save that for a little bit later.
Ooh.
So like, if you had this parasite thing attached to you, where would it be attached? What body part would it replace?
I think I'd want it in my foot, like as far away from my brain as possible. That way, even if I do muck up a couple times and like it does start traveling up, it gives me a couple cracks at it.
Absolutely. There's a lot of distance between your foot and your thigh to like cut it off somehow to stop it from going into the brain.
That's really tough. That's a really interesting question. I would kind of want it my whole left arm.
Your whole
shoulder included.
Ooh.
Just because I feel like if you can transform it into different things, I feel like it would be very useful.
Do you have control of what it transforms into, though?
Well, it's kind of like a symbiotic relationship.
Like you submit a formal request, your people contact his people, and
you meet in the middle somewhere. You set up a time between Tuesday and Thursday that works well for both, and then you go forward with the project. Yeah, that's. I don't know. It's there are examples in the anime where they kind of like work together and you see more come through, so it's kind of interesting to see where that would go. So I guess theoretically, yes, you would have some control or some influence, we'll say, over what and.
But 90% of the time, you're walking around with a tentacle looking like a hentai monster.
Well,
no, it hides itself.
You ever see those old medieval style armors that have the flange that comes up beside the head and protects the head?
Yeah.
See, that's how I imagine my parasite kind of.
Oh, that's super
kind
cool.
Of cutting up and protecting my flank, kind of from getting.
Oh, so that he can protect his food source.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's mutualistic, right? It makes sense.
That does make sense. It's a really good idea.
Absolutely.
And I think it would look cool,
That's super intense. So the contest is basically you draw yourself as a character and your parasite attached to you. So first of all, I'm kind of plugging to see some inspiration from my friends.
You're welcome.
My idea was more, as I stated, Super Saiyan for the cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
I would have it take over my entire leg, so that I would be able to have it come out with like a tail. Like I would have it come out as a tail.
I thought about that too, yeah.
And then the tail Same thing for defenses, right? So you could swing out a tail and it could pull out like a big shield type thing that, you know, can stop some bullets or you know, can parry, you know, an oncoming sword or something.
Be a third hand.
Yeah.
Stegosaurus tail, spike things,
Absolutely.
giant steam mace.
Suck people up like Cell.
That would be so cool.
It's a really good idea. If you don't win this contest, I'm going to be very disappointed.
So now I have to start and try to do this contest and hopefully have something together because I only have 2 days with my tablet. So
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
We'll see.
I imagine if I would wonder if people would do everything but their head.
So are they coming out with an anime for this or what?
It is an anime.
Oh, okay.
It's extremely good. It's relatively graphic, very mature.
Yeah.
And I think if anybody wants to check it out, they totally should. I watched it on Crunchyroll, but we're not sponsored by anybody.
That's
it's just
Parasite with a Y.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
The Maxim is Parasite.
How many seasons deep are they?
It's just one season so far. Like I said, it was based off of a manga, which has now been adapted to modern. I believe there's like 20 odd episodes, so it's enough to like totally get into it, and they're releasing them on like every week right now, so it's on schedule. Let me just check here. Right now, 20 episodes in.
So what do you get as a contest winner?
A bunch of cool swag.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Like I said, it's organized and run by a fan. It's not a specific organization.
okay.
Or
Yeah,
anything,
yeah,
right?
but that's really cool still that a fan can get together or can do something like that.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Well,
So-
guys.
Oh, no, go ahead.
So did you have anything else?
Yeah, there's one other thing. I thought it was really funny. I had an email this week from, because I'm an alumni from one institution, we'll call it, and I got an email. Chris, did you get the same email?
I'm not sure.
It was an invitation to a curling fun spiel. As this school is celebrating its anniversary of some sort for whatever, and as part of it they're inviting their alumni to go out to a curling fun spiel where they're hosting just free curling for the night. Anyway, I got this email and I'm like, this is pretty interesting. Curling's kind of fun. I start reading it and oh my god, the spelling mistakes. I mean, I got the, and I just wanted to reply to them and I just said, does anybody honestly proofread your emails? Are you trying to make mistakes? So right in the title, it says, students and alumni St. Patrick's Day themed curling fun spiel and food drive. So Patrick's, right in the title, it's the first thing you read, is spelt wrong. Pattirrick.
Is that supposed to be St. Patrick's?
Yeah, it's definitely supposed to be St. Patrick's.
Oh yeah, there's the clovers.
Yeah, here's the best part. I know the person that sent that out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, it gets better. So you go on reading it. Okay, so 9 p.m. on WADS, missing the R. It's besides this arena. I'm not going to name the arena, so it's not beside it. It's besides it. Go wearing your St. Patrick's Day teamed clothing, not themed clothing. Your teamed clothing. Donations of non-perishable food items are encouraged. Perishable isn't even a word. You know that little red squiggly line under the word? That means you've spelled something wrong. And it goes on. There's a couple other smaller ones, but I was reading this. I was like, this is just a train wreck. Within the first minute, I found 4 of them.
At least your email had content. I have gotten a few emails about updates about campus activity where they're just empty, where there's just nothing to update, nothing at all. It's just blank space.
It's just so sad. So sad because, I mean, where's the proofreading? And somebody clearly designed this email specifically, I was thinking, and you just spelt things blatantly wrong and just we're too lazy to fix them. And then it gets sent out regardless if it was early or on purpose. You know, it's so unprofessional from an institution, and you're never going to be a top-end school with pulling crap like that.
That disgusts me.
Yeah,
I expect less from. I expect that from like kids in grade 9.
Yeah.
Not somebody at an institution where they've never sent out an email to a mass body of people ever.
Right.
That's.
I mean, when you
disgraceful.
When you write something, you just go back and fix the word when you make a typo like Patrick's. Come on. But anyway, with that said, I'm Warren.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Alex. And this has been a double shot of awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and make sure you check us out at Twitter, 2shot of awesome, or check out our website at doubleshotofawesome.com.
Live long and prosper.